Hey Sagittarius, I hope you guys are doing great. We are here to do your reading for Mercury Retrograde, where we're going to take a peek at the energies that's surrounding you, things that you might need to be mindful of over the next few weeks. So let's jump right in and start by pulling a card to see what the overall energy is that's surrounding you guys right now. And we have third quarter moon, adjustments are required. So, Sag, it feels as though whatever path that you're on, it's going to require a couple of tweaks in your process. Like things may not have been going exactly how you hoped they would. And so Spirit is urging you, I think, to right now think about what it is that you want. Think about the things that you have been doing or not been doing that will get you closer to what it is that you're looking for. But there's something about the way that you're moving right now that you need to think about changing a little bit. I don't necessarily know that this is something drastic that you need to do differently, but it seems to be some minor edits in your process that's going to be needed in order for you to be successful in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So let's dig into some tarot and see if we can get a little bit more clarity on what exactly that is. So what retrograde has in store for you, we have the Knight of Cups that's clarified by the Four of Pentacles. So it feels as though, and I do want to say that this is related to relationships as Mercury retrograde tends to be associated with sometimes. We have the Knight of Cups and we have the Four of Pentacles. So this is a sense of holding back emotions, holding back feelings. This might be for you, this might be for the person that you're dealing with or the person that you're thinking about. But right now, it feels as though somebody's not necessarily being honest with the feelings that they have. There's this sense that there is quite a bit of emotion, that there is something that someone wants to offer to the other person. They want to, but they haven't done it yet. They haven't come forward with an offer. They haven't communicated what it is that they're thinking about right now. There just seems to be a period of quiet. And it sounds, and it really feels as though there's a certain level of frustration that's associated with this because there is so much resistance to sort of coming forward and putting cards on the table is what I just heard. It's almost as if, I can't necessarily find the words to express this feeling because it's so much that's built up, but nothing seems to be coming out. So if that's you, Sagittarius, then you might need to think about expressing yourself a little bit more. If that's the other person, it feels as though there's some stress that's on your end, and you're going to have to figure out how to readjust the way that you function so that you can get out of this energy, because it really, really feels like it's irritating. It feels very, very aggravating to me that nobody's sort of stepping up, nobody's stepping forward. There seems to be a little bit of an interruption that's happening here, some sort of disruption that's coming towards you in Mercury retrograde. And we have the Three of Swords in reverse. Now, upright, the Three of Swords is all about heartbreak. It's about disappointment. And we have that in reverse. We also have that being clarified by the Devil. So I almost feel as though somebody in this situation is fighting. They are absolutely sort of resisting coming forward because they fear getting hurt. There's this sense of self-protection, right? That's happening right now, where this person has a wall up, and they are not trying to come forward because they don't want to risk getting hurt. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups. So the feelings are there, the emotions are there, But somebody has this nasty habit of pushing people away, pushing good things away as a matter of self-preservation. And that's sort of, I think that's creating this energy over here of holding back. Even though the feelings are there, there's not this willingness to express it because of fear of rejection. So I feel like there's, that's sort of the disruptive energy that's happening around you right now. We have the Two of Wands in reverse. This is someone who hasn't made a decision. This is someone who is just sort of stuck. And if that's you, Sag, this is not, it doesn't feel like a very pleasant energy to be in. It really, truly doesn't. But there's a shift coming. There is a shift coming. We have the Hierophant. That's foundation. That's institutional. That's something that's solid, that's being done by the book. Now, we have that clarified, and usually I don't take all of these cards, but for some reason I feel like I need to this time. We have the Four of Wands in reverse, the Two of Cups, and the Last Judgment. So I do feel like, even though right now it doesn't seem to be an opening, it doesn't seem to be a path forward, that this happily ever after, this ability to take the next step is super elusive, like it's just not happening. The shift that I see does very much have to do with a relationship, and where we had this energy here of not having made a decision, not having moved forward, we have that determination being made. We have that decision that's being made to go for something that's stable, to go after this partnership. It's going to feel a little bit rocky at first. I think that it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable for whomever is making that decision, but they are going to, at some point, take that leap of faith. So I'm actually surprised that the Fool card didn't come out. So, I do see something solid here that's coming in for you. I also think that it's going to take a little bit of time. The beginning of it could start during retrograde, but I don't think that you're going to see sort of the full impact of it until after it's already been completed. Something that you might want to think about, Sag, we have the Seven of Wands that's coming out for you. And let's clarify that a little bit further. Oh, okay. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse, and we also have the Nine of Pentacles. So there's this sense of being a little bit careful, I think, in terms of having your guard up, where... And I almost feel like this is on your end, Sag, that there's going to be the opportunity for you to express yourself. And in order for you to do that in an effective way, in a way that serves you, you're going to have to sort of let down your defenses a little bit. I just heard runaway bride. So it feels as though when this person does come towards you, there's this sense of you being open, where you might not necessarily have been open before. I feel like Spirit is telling you to adjust. Even if in the initial stages you just are even willing to have the conversation, willing to entertain this person just long enough to sort of get some clarity and to be able to express yourself. So Spirit is saying that that wall doesn't need to be as high as it is right now. It doesn't need to be as strong as it is right now. There's always that focus on making sure that you take care of yourself with this Nine of Pentacles. Because I think that in doing so, Sag, you're going to be in a much better place to look at this conversation objectively. You're not going to have your defenses up so high because you know that there's nothing for you to lose. You're already good within yourself. And, as they say, a conversation is free. So I feel like Spirit is saying, make sure that you take care of you first and foremost so that you can be open to this conversation that happens. Don't be so quick to sort of shut this person out. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hanged Man in reverse. So this is you sort of being firm in your position, right? This is you knowing, not waffling, not going back and forth on what it is that you want, what it is that you accept. I do think that when this conversation comes around, you have to be mindful of the energy that you're giving off, and don't be so quick to sort of shut this person down. I feel like you have been spending a fair amount of time preparing for this. Like maybe you've had conversations in your head about how this is going to go and what you're going to say to like literally chop this person off at the knees. Like, I ain't hearing it. You a dirty, filthy liar. I can't trust anything that you say. And I feel like this adjustment is you not necessarily going to the extreme other side where you're like, oh my God, yes, I believe everything you say. It sounds wonderful. This is so great. I feel like this is finding that middle ground and just listening. Just quietly listening to what they have to say and being able to sort of process it with a clear mind, with an open heart, and using your best discernment about whether or not what they're offering you is something that you want to accept, and being able to speak your truth. So something that, you know, can be helpful in your karmic path, something that you don't realize just yet. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse, and let's see if we can clarify that a little bit further. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. So I feel like Sagittarius, when this conversation happens, it almost feels as though you are going to do yourself a favor and you are going to hear this person out, as opposed to just sort of immediately dismissing them. Because Sag, I feel almost as though you're the type of person that it's like, if you take certain actions, you will spend a fair amount of time looking back on it and questioning yourself. And saying, well, should I have done this? Maybe I should have said this. Oh my gosh, I should have said that, etc., etc. I do feel like you are going to give yourself the opportunity to hear this person out. You're going to evaluate them based on what it is that you're telling them, what they're telling you. You're going to sort of trust your instincts on this. And I feel like that's some of the work that you've been doing, that you're going to give them a fair chance to sort of step up to the plate and do the right thing. And I know you're going to hate to hear this, Sag, but I do feel like this is somebody that you have dealt with on some level before. Again, that's what retrograde is all about. People boomeranging back the hell around. So I feel like this is someone who's circling back around for another opportunity. And I think that you're going to hear them out. But I also think that ultimately you're going to make the decision to take a hard pass. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. We have the Ten of Cups in reverse. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor in reverse. This person is not giving you what you're looking for. But as opposed to being in a place where you immediately cut them off, you don't even hear them out, and then spend time afterwards wondering if you should have, you're going to get all of the clarity that you need from this conversation. You're going to hear them out. And I think that ultimately you're going to make the decision that, no, this is not for you. Thank you for your application. It's been rejected. Like that's what I'm getting from you right now, Sag. And I think that having that openness is going to prevent you in the future from doing like Monday morning quarterbacking, where you're second guessing what you could have done, what you didn't do, all of that good stuff. I think that you're going to give this person an opportunity to speak their truth. I think that you're going to have the opportunity to speak your truth. And it's going to help you get to a place where you realize that, yeah, this isn't exactly what you're looking for. Not, now that you have been taking care of yourself, that you've been making sure that you're good, independent of anybody else. It's like, is this person a value add? No, I don't think that they are. I don't think that they are. And so the final message that we have from Spirit is bust out of your cocoon. So, anything that you were sort of holding back on, anything that you might have had regrets about saying or not saying, I feel like this is a time for you to lay it all on the table. And I feel like you're going to have that opportunity when this person comes back around, where before you may have been a little bit hesitant to speak up. You may have been a little bit reluctant to sort of share how you were truly feeling. I feel like this is your time to just put everything out there so that when you look back on it, you're like, yep, I did exactly what I was led to do. No regrets, none whatsoever. So I think that this is you taking a different approach to when this person comes around. That's very much a balanced middle ground where you're not in a place of just blindly accepting them, and you're also not in a place of just shutting them down before they even get an opportunity to plead their case. I feel like you're going to be a very fair judge in all of this, Sagittarius. And what I just heard was a little saying from a movie. I forget which one it is, but it says, "You have been weighed, you have been measured, and you have been found lacking." I feel like you're going to find this person lacking, but at least you gave him a shot. So I'm going to leave it there, Sag. I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that it resonated. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. But in the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you all huge hugs.